Hey everybody, Will Hamilton here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the Roger Federer Nikolay Davydenko quarterfinal match at the Australian Open. There's a lot of buzz surrounding this match because Davydenko has beaten Federer the last two times they've played, and Davydenko is on a 13-match win streak. He's got a lot of momentum behind him, so some folks are saying, well, he's in a good position to beat Federer because he's playing well, and after 12 losses, he's finally figured out our Fed. He knows how to play him. He knows how to beat him. Well, my personal view is that wins in non-major tournaments do not translate into success in the majors. And to give you an example, a comparison, last year you had Andy Murray, who was playing really well. He had beaten Federer recently, so a lot of people picked him to win last year's Australian Open, but then he flamed out against Fernando Verdasco in the fourth round. So success, particularly with Roger in non-major tournaments, does not translate, and I think history would support that point, considering that there are only a few guys who have beaten Federer recently in the majors, despite the fact that Federer has a number of losses to a number of different players in non-major tournaments. So for that reason, that's one of the reasons I don't expect Davydenko to get through Federer in the quarters. Now with that said, let's talk about Davydenko's match against Verdasco, because if Davydenko doesn't raise the level of his play, he's going to get smoked by Federer. Against Verdasco, Davydenko hit 51 unforced errors, 37 winners for a net of -14. That's not going to get it done against Roger. He is going to have to narrow this, get it closer to 0, or be positive for winners if he wants to have a chance against Federer. Now, the other variable was Davydenko's mental game, because he wasn't very mentally tough against Verdasco. He was up 2-0, and then he lost focus, allowed Verdasco back into the match, and when things started to tighten up a little bit, Davydenko wasn't particularly mentally tough on the big points. He gave some points away with easy errors, and on big points against Federer, you know Fed's going to be tough. You know Fed's not going to give away those points. So if you're not mentally tough, if you can't rise to the occasion, then you're definitely going to lose all those big points. Now, the final variable, the final question mark is Davydenko's physical conditioning, because he seemed to get tired against Verdasco, and you may be saying to yourself, well, he still got through that 5-setter against Verdasco, so he's in good enough shape to play all those 5 sets. Well, maybe, but Verdasco also handed him the match back after Verdasco had gotten himself back in it. Verdasco, for example, hit 20 double faults. That's atrocious, and he made a bunch of key unforced errors. So the physical conditioning is a little bit of a question mark. Again, he looked a little bit tired towards the end of the Verdasco match, and if he's going to go the distance with Federer, he's going to have to raise the level of his endurance and performance late in the match. So there's a question as to whether or not he's going to be able to do that. So from a tactical perspective, what does Davydenko have to do to beat Roger? Well, my personal view is that he needs to change the direction of the ball frequently. And let's say that we have Davydenko up here. Here's Fed. Davydenko wants to avoid a lot of cross-court rallies where the ball is just going back and forth, where you just get in a cross-court exchange like this, and you wait for a ball, you can run around, you can attack, whatever. Because this is Federer's bread and butter. I've talked about on several occasions how Federer, if this is a backhand-to-backhand rally, quick reminder, circles the player, stick is the side they're hitting on, so this is a righty's backhand. Fed will go topspin, slice, look for a ball to run around. Well, Davydenko wants to avoid that, so let's say Federer slices this ball cross-court, and he likes to slice him and leave him a little bit short, so you have to hit up on the ball, and Fed can run around. Well, a lot of times Fed expects the ball he can run around, so he's going to start cheating over a little bit, or at least look to run around that next ball once he slices it. So Davydenko would be well advised to pop that ball down the line. And there's no problem going to Fed's forehand, even though it's a stronger shot, as long as Federer is not balanced when he has to get there or he's running. Then Davydenko is going to be in good shape. If you go cross-court, and if you just keep the ball cross-court and don't change the direction of the ball, you're kind of going to be in a situation that Lleyton Hewitt finds himself in, where Federer gets himself grooved real quickly and then starts playing extremely well. Against Hewitt, Federer hit 22 winners. He was plus 22 on winners. So Federer was in great shape there, and Davydenko is sort of a better version of Hewitt at this point, if that makes sense. He's not going to blow you off the court, but he works the ball around, he keeps the ball in, he's real consistent. He's a relatively flat ball hitter. So Davydenko, I think, to have a shot, needs to go corner to corner, and if you're going to prevent Roger from getting into a rhythm, the way Davydenko is going to do that is by changing direction of the ball frequently and trying to keep Roger on the move, not let Roger stay in one half of the court where he doesn't have to move as much to get set. So he's going to be set for most of these balls, and when he's got his feet planted, he's going to be able to rip the ball. So that is my personal view, and Davydenko is going to be in a good position to pressure Federer because he plays right on the baseline. So by taking the ball early, he is going to cut down on the amount of time Roger has to prepare. So I think this is the main way Davydenko does some damage against Fed in this match. You've probably noticed that I haven't spent much time talking about what Federer has to do to win this match, and that's because he doesn't really have to change anything. He just has to keep being Federer. He's playing extremely well right now. He smoked Hewitt, and if he plays like he did against Lleyton, then he's going to win this match. So while Davydenko certainly can have a game plan that'll be effective and that'll do some damage, ultimately I think this match comes down to Roger's level. If Roger is Roger, he's going to win, and if he brings his level down a little bit and Davydenko plays real well, then this could be a close match. Then Davydenko would have a shot at winning. Again, I just don't see that happening. Federer himself said after the Hewitt match, I'm playing real well. I expect to play well against Davydenko, and that's what I expect to see. So I think Federer is going to win this match in 4 sets, and like we've been doing over the course of this tournament, we are giving away free stuff for every single match, and for this match, we're going to give away a $25 gift card courtesy of tennisexpress.com. So you have to predict the score of this match properly, accurately, to win that gift card. So please rate this video, subscribe to our channel, post your prediction in the comments below, and you have up until when this match starts to make your prediction, so good luck. Want to know the secret to Roger Federer's forehand? Click the link in the description and sign up for our 100% free course.